The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if their prize is that for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hell to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood we count a privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets build a glorious song of victory. We scarred our minds around. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movement lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the humanist call, to give and not to count their cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
This song is dedicated to the victims of this genocide. Those who lost their lives from 1967 to this very moment.
I had to do this song with you. My brother man, I don't believe you. Shake a man to the beat, yo. My brother man, listen up. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier. Follow me, tell the wounded. The spirit of our fathers. Follow me, tell everybody. See them alone, wanna bring us down. They wanna keep rising up. See them prayers, wanna bring us down. They wanna do we keep rising. Bring us down and your bullet and your Zuska and your grenade and your France. We will fight till the end. See President Sabutua, in the Kaudas, in the but we will win them all. We will win them all. Nandi Kano, he's the leader. He says it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafran soldiers that it's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafran soldier that it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafran soldier that it's gonna be alright. I beg you, tell that Biafran soldier that it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafran soldier it's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded it's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that it's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our mothers, it's gonna be alright. I remember a very brother man, from my nation, Biafra man. What we get more Junior, another day, Biafran, shot by the military. Because of our freedom, for the one thing we know, forward ever, backward never. We will one day avenge our death, one day sometimes. And tell that Biafran soldiers that is gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafran soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafran soldier that is gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafran soldier that is gonna be alright. Tell that Biafran soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. Little children with no father and mother, I say it's gonna be alright. Pregnant women that they kill them, it's gonna be alright. Oh.
As long as their Biafra is still living, we will make sure that their memories live on.
Rest in peace, our Junior. Jamaica. Immortal. Chinedu. What's it? Subechi. Mamani. Teka. Hotspot. Oleka. Nkiru. Waka. Rest in peace, all of you.
White to the white.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor Mefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Like I always say, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words. Mazi Uche Okafor Mefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader. His name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land.
Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the king, is the director of Radio Biafra. He is the director of Biafran Television. He is the leader of IPOB. And of course, by the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, every piece of land in Delta State. That having been said, as always, we must move ahead to appreciate the Creator, because without Him, we are gone as a people. What exactly do we have that He didn't give to us? What can we boast of except that which you have received from Him? But in the end, He alone is God. Nanege o, nanege buchimo. Nanege o, nanege buchimo. Nanege buchimo, nanege buchimo mao. Nanege buchimo, nanege buchimo mao. Nanege o, nanege buchianyo. Only you are God. Our God reigneth. He's clothed with majesty. Our God reigneth. He's clothed with majesty. Omnipotent reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. Our God reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu n'ịmara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebu Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na nedemao ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we will be going to our message this evening, live and direct. And of course, on this segment, our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. Back to your root. Honestly, I understand how you feel. You do not have to blame us the way we behave and the way we talk. Because in the end, we are for peace. Where we speak is for war. No apology. When you talk about going back to your root, a lot of people are still struggling to get in terms with those words. But honestly, you do not have any choice. If you believe in your father, if you believe in your mother, and you believe and they believe in their mother and their father and their father and their mother before them, you don't have a choice. You must go back to your root. Of course, you have the right to misunderstand me and then think I'm saying what I didn't say. I understand we have our ancestors, we have cultures, we have tradition. These are actually the pillars of civilization. No matter the breed or the creed, no matter who they are, from their culture, you have the base of civilization. We must go back to our root. A lot of things are happening in our land today. We can't even communicate with ourselves. We cannot communicate with ourselves. We cannot communicate with ourselves without another person understand what we are saying. A lot of things has gone wrong within the system because we have failed to follow the footprint of our ancestors. Sometimes when I sit back and I reflect on the Biafra nation, it's amazing. Different languages, but the same people. Different languages, but the same people. And now this is not a matter of patronizing anybody, but a matter of trying to find out who they are. There is a German standing at the other corner of the community, and then Efik man at the other corner of the community, Ugabu man at the other end, a car man at the other end, Mbitoru man somewhere around there, and then you have all of us Urobo Shekiri, everybody on his own location, or rather should I say apartment, and they just don't understand each other, but they all cook egusi soup. They don't understand each other. They all make okra soup. They still don't understand each other when they communicate, but they still make the same ofako. my brother, there is a knowledge beyond the knowledge of man that existed before them. And that is why as we come out together to fight for the land of our ancestors, the truth cannot be overemphasized. We must understand how they survived, how they were able to make the positive impact that we are benefiting from today. And so, like I said, our team remained back to your root. And our topic this evening is simply titled The Purpose of Parables with Our Ancestors. The purpose of parable. First of all, it is important we understand the figures of speech practiced by our ancestors and its purpose. I was privileged to study literature in school, and I understand what is known as figures of speech. When you deal with the Englishman, he tells you figures of speech like oxymoron, metaphor, personification, simile, and the rest of it. But they didn't teach us figures of speech, and our figures of speech is not the same number with theirs. The people who gave us English, they have so many figures of speech. But our ancestors has only 4, including the normal way of conversation, making it 5. And then as a literature student, I could only understand that the reason why the English has more figures of speech than our ancestors, it is because they want to be justified in everything they say. And so when they lie to you and you catch them, they will tell you, no, I was using simile, which means resemblance. I was not actually talking to you, but I'm talking to somebody who look like you. And then by the time they will say, see your head like monkey head, you say, are you talking to me? He say, no. It's just personification, figures of speech. And as far as they can convince you that whatever they have said is projected or said based on a particular figures of speech, they can easily make you to believe anything. And that is why, for instance, most of us study the Bible. We can never be able to truly comprehend them, because the Bible is characterized by figures of speech. And sometimes if you cannot decode the figures of speech behind each conversation, you will be lost in it. But that having been said, our ancestors, the Biafran ancestors, has just 4 figures of speech. One of them is parable, the other is idiom, and then you have the adage, inclusive of the ordinary way of conversation. What is parable? What is idiom? And what is adage? They look similar, but they are not the same. But of course, in this study, I want us to understand why our ancestors used it. The purpose of parable. We will start with parable on this part 1. Parable. There are things we say, people you won't understand, but those who know that they know actually know. In one of our leader broadcasts, there is a parable he made. I can't pronounce it honestly, but I know what it means. He said something like that. I can't pronounce it, but I want everybody to pay attention so you will understand the meaning of parable. And anytime my mother used that parable for us as children, you must have received serious slap on your back. And it is like this way. That is how they use it in my language. Before my mother will use that parable for you, you must have received serious slap at the back of your back. On your back. Serious slap. You have done something that makes my mother to tell you, if I ignore you, you are going to cross boundary. What you will hear is, you don't need to cry, because that parable alone has informed you what you have done. The purpose of parable was to enable us think faster than the immediate situation and circumstance. And that is why parable is actually defined a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. When you hear somebody saying he's speaking in parable, invariably they are telling you that we are using a simple story to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. Parable is not about immorality. Parable is not about carnality. Parable is about communicating moral and spiritual lesson to those who care to listen. We lost it all on this angle. Aside the normal way of communicating, like I said, it is important for us, therefore, that we start studying them one after the other to enable us benefit from it. Honestly. And now, when you look at this parable, there are parables that are meant to guide you. There are parables that are meant to warn you. There are parables that are meant to give you knowledge. There are parables that are meant to instill instruction in you. There are parables that are meant to advise you. There are parables that are meant to caution you. 6 method of parables. Our ancestors at every given time have something to say. And each single word they communicate to you, it can mean the whole world. In the essence of parable, all you have to do is continue preaching and trying to convince people. Tonight, it doesn't matter the area of Biafra land you come from, you have parable. I've never seen other tribe make parable anyway, but I know they do have parables. But of course, Biafrans, let us look at some of these parables tonight so that you must learn it. So many of them, but languages differ, and so parable differs. Sometimes when we come here, we say, if you don't understand, you don't understand. And sometimes when we come out, we make certain parables. They are carrying deep meanings. You should know it. It's conveying a serious message. You don't need to explain it. If you know it. Today, to correct somebody, you begin to analyze. I don't like what you are doing. Why are you behaving like this? Why do you think this one? I will deal with you. Before you finish speaking grammar, the person is bored already. But when you hit the parable direct, it's sinking immediately. I can tell you that one of the best way I learned from my father is through parable. Because each time he come to me, hey, Judge Onyibe, you do this one, Judge Onyibe. I just look at him. But I don't know. I fear parable. I fear when he gives me parable. Because I know this time I will be dealing with the ancestors. Not just my young father. But it is very important that Biafrans tap into it. Because when we get to a stage, you will not need to make noise. Somebody just come at you, so okay. It is as simple as that. The people you are talking to know what you mean. Everybody readjust. And so this evening, let us start by looking at number 1 type of parable. Remember, I have told us we have idiom. Idiom is not parable. Parable is not adage. They have unique slight differences. And now, number 1 among the line of parable is parable to guide people. There is a parable for guidance. For instance, our ancestors will tell you, Onya juaju juzo etuhu. In other words, if you are a traveler, if you don't want to get lost on the road, most especially when you are not used to that road, If you don't want to miss your way, ask question. And now it may not be in the same way in your own dialect. And once they make that statement for you, our ancestors, what they are telling you is whatever you are doing at that moment, they know you are not doing it well. And they are guiding you to ask questions so that you will not miss your way. For instance, they ask you, go and make a soup. You don't know how to make the soup. You now first of all begin to cook salt. After cooking salt like 30 minutes, you cook Maggi. After cooking Maggi, you cook palm oil on top of the same soup. You now begin to cook them one after the other. And then maybe 1 hour later, your mom comes inside the kitchen and see you. You have not even added the main ingredient. The easiest way to tell you that you are being stupid, you should have asked if you don't know what to do, could be in form of parable. For those mothers who are so angry they don't want to talk, they can simply tell you, the person where they ask for direction, no, they miss road. My pikin, person where no road, he go ask for direction. You know, Sabi make soup. Look at what you are doing. You don't need plenty word. The next thing you see, they ask you, shift to one side. That time you have failed. But if you are not doing anything and they use those words for you, they are actually trying to guide you. That whatever you are doing, you are not fully informed. You do not have the perfect knowledge. They advise you to ask questions. Because if you ask questions, you will not miss road. And so, parable was just another way of guiding. Number 2, warning. They use parable to warn us. Take your time, oh. I'm warning you. Take your time, oh. Take your time. It can easily lead to fight. And so they warn us. For instance, Eka kwejewe pasokpolemenya. Eka ya kwejewe pasokpolemenya. And of course, this is my dialect, and I will repeat it in English. You can form it in your own dialect. But as far as you are a Biafran, you have that parable. When I mean Eka kwejewe pasokpolemenya or asokpolemenya, I simply mean when somebody is pointing the finger inside your eye. Somebody is pointing a finger to you. It is your hand that you will use to push that person's hand down and say, my friend, don't put that hand in my eye. The parable say, with your hand, that is what you will use to prevent somebody from blinding you. In other words, there are some situations or circumstances that are meant to kill you. They are avoidable. Our ancestors are just trying to tell you, no matter how difficult or dangerous that condition are, they are avoidable. It can be avoided. And there is other way of using this same parable for warning. They will say, Onyaji wi hanyo onyo waike. Iji wi hanyo yanyo waike. Now, let me try to explain it in such a way you can understand. These are parable. It is warning you. Do not exhibit wickedness just to undo another person. You will undo yourself. Onyaji wi hanyo onyo waike. Maybe you are in the midst of people you don't like. You now want to pollute. You are not being disturbed. You don't feel like flabbergasting. But because there is somebody you hate there, you now want to pollute. So the person feel bad. If you do it, your anus will turn. Your anus will tear. As a child, I have tried it, and it does happen. They are just telling you, do not attack anybody out of desperate wickedness. You will wound yourself. And so when our ancestors see you on a path of perdition or destruction, just to undo another person, they will look at you and tell you, there are many parables that way, but they have warned you. They don't need to speak big grammar. They just communicate one word. And one of my broadcasts, I have said it in those days when I was trying to learn Gaiman. With a word, my father cured my disease. He just looked at me and said, Yahweh Jonias you. That is, you see the journey you sent yourself. And that word sank into my spirit. And from that day till today, I never made that mistake again. And then you have the same parable for knowledge. Our ancestors used parable to impart knowledge in their children. They will say the wise child will not allow what killed his father to kill him. They will tell you, oh boy, if you are wise, what kill your father cannot kill you. But if you are stupid, what kill your father will kill you. At that time, they are trying to tell you to have sense. Have sense. So that what kill your father will not kill you. Because if you allow what kill your father to kill you, that means you are stupid. That means you don't have sense. So anytime they use parable of that kind to address you, they are begging you to have sense. Common sense is not common. They are telling you, oh boy, use your head. Use your head. When you have a conversation with a true elder, with parables, you will understand wisdom in personification. I can tell you that. And then we look at the number 4. Parable is used for instruction. You can be instructed through parable. You don't need to speak everything out. For instance, they will tell you, itikute yanahia bakale. Onya tikute onahia bakale. In other words, if you use your hand to destroy your mat during the daytime, at night you will sleep on the ground. If you keep your mat well, you will use it to sleep at night. But if you destroy your mat, you will sleep on the floor. I think the English version of it is, we say, as you make your bed, so you lie on it. But in our own dialect, if you destroy your bed, you will sleep on the floor. Life and direct. The parable was there to the extent that one of our musicians in those days sang a song with it. If you tear your mat, you will sleep on the ground. In other words, there are certain things that are utmost important to you. Do not destroy them. You will be disgraced. Simple words. If you have sense, you apply them. If you don't have sense, don't apply them. It will backfire on you at the end of the day. And so when they begin to give you such advice, they are trying to instruct you, so you can be able to protect all that is around you and preserve them. Our ancestors used parable to advise people. They use parable to advise people. Advice. No, because when they are advising you, they are not insulting you. When you talk to people, because they do not understand the figures of speech, they are bound to misunderstand you. If I come out now, I look at you, for instance, I say, are you mad? Are you mad? Somebody will say, well, why are you insulting me? Why are you cursing me? I didn't curse you. I'm asking you a question. Are you mad? It's not a curse. Are you stupid? It's not a curse. I ask you a question. You have to answer me back and say, no, I am not mad. I am not stupid. And so there is a parable for advice. One of them will say, you cannot underrate a fire by its size. You just pick up a charcoal of fire and then you put it in your pocket because it is too small. They don't do it, it will burn you. In other words, there are matters, no matter how small they are, it is not meant for a child. Don't toy with it, you will get burned. That means there is a no-go area. There is a restriction. You don't need to tell them. You tell somebody, don't go there, he goes there. Do not do this, he does that. Don't do that. At that time, you don't need to continue saying it. You are sounding like a broken record already. Our ancestors will simply give you a parable. And so there are things you don't dare. If you do not understand this parable, you live anyhow. You behave anyhow. If you have the knowledge of these parables, you can coordinate yourself at every given time. You are guided by moral and spiritual principle even without you knowing them. For when these words live in you, word of your ancestors live in you. You cannot operate in the same level people like us are. We know parable. We operate on a higher frequency because every sign send out a vibration that could not be explained in a simple word, a vibration that will illuminate the whole of your being. You begin to know things that you are not supposed to know. That is why David said to God, your knowledge is too great for me to understand. But many of us don't know that today. And then finally, you have parable for caution. When they are cautioning you, you are doing something, they are cautioning you. There are many parables they use. For instance, they will tell you, when they are advising the ear refuses to listen. The day they will cut the head, the ear will follow the head. And sometimes they will tell you, the fly that refuses to hear word will end up in the grave with the coffin. These are parables meant to caution you. When they are advising the ear will be proven stubborn. The day cutlass will land on the neck. My brother, both the head and the ear, all of them are going down. So many parables that are meant to caution us. And so when you tell somebody something, throw parable. Our spirit magnet it faster than 100 advice. This is a call for our elders, therefore, to stand up and play their role in ordinary society, as this ordinary simple way of communication has the capacity of not just directing the next generation or to completely save them from all form of dangers. You cannot know parable except you work with elders. But I'll call upon Biafran's elders today. This is the time to advise us. This is the time to teach your children parables, so you will not be talking everything all the time. So you can be able to communicate to their spirit directly. This is what your father did for you. It is our duty to know all these things. There are people I talk to, just ordinary parable. I shatter their whole life. Just ordinary parable, I build their whole life. Just ordinary parable, I can give them solution to millions of problems which they would not even learn in the university ordinarily. But if you do not understand parable, you will not understand what I'm telling you. In the nearest future, we will need all of this. In the nearest future, we will need all of this to guide us. It can help you to communicate with a direct person without other people understanding. The purpose of literature, or rather the purpose of figures of speech, is to enable you leave people in the dark, hiding the true meaning of every particular case study outside the knowledge of those who are not within that corridor of knowledge. Now, lawyers have the way they write. Doctors have the way they write. Engineers have the way they write. Pharmacists have the way they write. you will not understand. Their intention is not for you to understand, except you are a professional like them. They hide every truth in within a particular concocted jargon. They know what they have written down. You can't know that. When I see pharmacists write prescribed drug for you, only God knows what they are writing. How I wish I can learn it. It doesn't make sense to me. But then I still have to take that nonsense to the pharmacy. And then they are going to look at it and be hearing bebem mezum, zuzum mebem, be calling arabamasin and uturumasin. They will pack out the drugs. But whatever they are writing, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it's going to do me any good because I don't want to be a pharmacist. But at least every pharmacist has a way of effective communication. That is the same role parable play. If you know parable, automatically you have a very effective way of communicating as indigenous people. My friend hit the nail on the head. It's not telling you to take hammer and nail and hit your head. It's telling you, you have to be fast about this. My friend, you need to hold the bull by the horn. It's telling you, my brother, stand up to this challenge. Only those that understand, understand. And of course, it's your right to understand parable. Because one day it is going to save us in this journey. Jesus got to a particular time in his ministry. He deliberately communicates in such a manner that he don't want anybody to understand. And when he talk, the disciple will call him to one corner. Master, we don't understand. What did you mean here? He look at them and say, are you telling me you people can't understand common parable? Now let me tell you. This is what is written in the scripture. That in the end time, I will speak to them in a language that they cannot understand. I will speak to them in a language that they cannot understand. So that they will have eyes, they can't see. They have ear, but they will not be able to hear. Biafrans, this is the time where we speak in parable. Those who are listening to us, they will be listening, but they will not hear us. Those who are looking at us, they will be looking, but they can't see us. These are some of the sources of IPOB today. They speak in parable. You won't understand. They send forth one word. He deliver 100 message. Anyhow you catch, and that one are your own share. And of course, I will stop here as I leave our line open. And I expect you to call in, give us one parable, and send it a message across to every Biafran across the globe. Most especially when it has one way or the other of making impact as we sojourn on this road to the restoration of Biafra. Of course, our lines, when it's open, be free. Tell us a parable. Tell us what it's meant for. What are they trying to tell us? Because we will need it now. More than ever. We will need it on this journey. More than ever. So that when I begin to tell you my own parable, things like you won't understand it. And the person I'm talking to understand what I'm saying. We move ahead. It is a language inside and outside language. Like I said, it is a means of communicating moral and spiritual simple messages. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642. Our WhatsApp line, I repeat, is 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 08122152971. Our direct line once again is 08122152971. And the special number for the female is 081288588614. 081288588614 is the special number for the female. Of course, call in, give us a parable. We are about to enter a time where we will talk. Only those that they know will understand the communication. That was the purpose of it. My brother on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling?
Yes, I'm here. Onyibe, good evening. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Interly. Today is my first day to get you. I come from Agbo, Agbobi. May God bless you.
In the one. And then go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Ya mane eteji enemy oji voice call everything. Even you wanna send them you guys your YouTube account, so no the banye ya kama kigina emeni jabo osno be ano ini. My people.
Sorry, Omegu, ye di her name later, so that Omegu Melu. Go ahead, please.
Okay. My people, Agbo, please, you people should stand up. We are all Igbo. We are all Igbo. Anybody that say we are not Igbo, that person is a confirmed liar. That person is a confirmed deceiver. Ile channel ndi Igbo. Oyinbo sunwa no. Leka eben rawa ime ntali eben. Mele ndị Igbo akpa bina homewe we so man so even una amam so Igbo, but nso agbo kundashari woku when want to give Igbo share woku akpa we ya ta no so yan na everybody ni that we wake up where work ndị Igbo ki wake up everybody bulu ishi katana ele ndị Igbo so ile channel wo so that ni elu zo magama ebe na era wana ebe na ale anything can happen, and say everybody vibe go elebegi kalaji olo enwonishi ndị funani ebu everywhere nne dede wa select Igbo onwoni lewa npo lo gasum funani where they time dragbo obi we koni helu dodo ni ne jani we say when you mam yo zogu ogbo nfufu yata no you united we stand, but divided we fall. Please, I beg all the Agbo people, especially Agbo, please, everybody should stand up. Let us follow Mazuna Nekano. That man is, I don't know, he's just like a Jesus of my time. Please, everybody should stand up. Forget what people are saying about this, that. No! Please, that man is a godsend. so dodoni njanja gbo cause njabo otele mazi otele mpo no by or channel pc every time so I'm movement
nso gbari I just see any text message ihe na nyiku nka kpo yekile channel ndo. Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network. Like always, he has come, made his own contribution, and of course, he made a parable there. When your mommy yebo who obo for, when your mommy yebo who obo for, ya got a here iliku. But of course, when you call, tell us your own parable. Call her on the line. Your name. Onyabo, nane yeke jana. Ko wefa, Evelyn ekene. No, Omegu is any message na iku Omegu. Oh yeah, make your contribution. You give us your parable.
When I'm to cook, God, you know. Also, can't you money many you cook me? Ọrụ lórí àrùn òṣèlúbọ̀ ya gọ́ọ̀fì ọ̀nà ya kí ní ẹ̀rọ mako náà gọ́ ihun láàzán káàní pàṣẹ ológun ẹ̀mú kẹ́nà yìí iṣẹ́. Ní ọ̀nà ẹ̀mẹ́kẹ́ nájẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ mẹ́kẹ́ ẹ̀bùn náà rẹ̀ aṣọ pọ̀ ha ẹ̀yìn. Ọmọ náà ló nù ndùmẹ̀tẹ̀ lálẹ́. Ọmọ náà ló nù nájẹ́ ẹ̀yìn nke pọ̀lẹ́wẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ àpòyẹ́ mi sí. Ekeri máa pọ̀ sí òṣèlúbọ̀ ẹ̀fà. Wọ́n ní mọ́tò kẹ́ńtì ọmọ àmì pọ̀ yóò ṣe kó tẹ̀ kẹ́. Oselebo ya gozi uno. Ebe no zo yoko. Oselebo ya gozi e. Ya gozi unu ihu. Ogozi unu azon. Ebe no na ye nenye ka. Nka nyi la lale. Ndi uwa mare. Ihe na janyi ri emenenyi. Ndi uwa mare. Ihe unu ri emenenyi. Kani enyi unu ri emene. Enya mare owo. Oselebo ya gozi unu ihu lazon. Magi. Ewere. Unu doko de mwo. Gane pa Jesu. Ise. Otukodare no le ma do won le kile yakpom ni me parable ni me ni ko wa ne ya kemi akawacha ne ma
nsawari
esi weni ezare ma ekifon wa cha ndi wenye soa
the parable our sister is making, they will say the broom is not good, but yet in the morning you will still be looking for the same broom. These are parable. Thank you very much, Ada.
Ndị wenyi si orechi wabua. Don't be discouraged. Orechi wabua. Anu rechi, yes, anu rechi ni yaboka. Orechi yabua. You should not give up.
Of course.
Ndị wenyi si nora ewi winanya.
Ewi
winanya. Mba.
Yunwa ondembu.
So no we winanya. So omani nwaru na ogane one winanya. Onya weje ni late. Osolobu afu arun le winanya.
Of course, no matter how much you sleep, it cannot spoil your eyes. It's a parable for those who know that they know. Thank you very much, my sister.
Chukugozi. Dodo take care my kile yakpon dodo no. Odu akpo me. Dodo. Chukugo. Wanu na janyo. Na janyo ni si ame. Ihu la azu kwa no ho a. Ihu kwa no ho a. Ihu azu osolobuaria. Ihu osolobuaria. Eke ma osolobuaria. Eki osolobuaria. Chuku na ko de duwe odu anyi baale nso. Osodare na janyo ma. Ebe no zo yoku osodare na ma. Onya si no ogwe. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Seven days of the week, 12 months of the year. Oscodarena ma. Ebolo to a yoko. Oscodarena ma. I put to the challenge the world. Onya sino where. Onya Najiroro. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Piano Mecanano. Chukugozi, when I'm to Kugozi, or Pokamaka, White Tano. O take a chama, Nimi. Osoloboya Gozi Unule. Onule. Osoloboya Nanyoro. And Yamano Nani. Omani ndi oza mane, enyi onwande mane ne, lili mane, loto lobo ebi hakono. Osuke odunu ihu, odunu azo, odunu opiyo le, ebele mono ra, otere makwege mane wa, in the name of Jesus Christ. He said, Onwe meka o, when them daru chukuya gobi uno, daru ne, Darune.
Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Before this, my sister will drive me out here. Are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Mazi George Onyibe. The fearless lion with a limitless life.
I am with you, Mazi. Well done, sir. Good evening from here.
How are you today, sir?
God is
May
faithful.
God continue to bless you and use you. You are giving us from the bottom pot. Okay, You were trained by an elderly person.
I was privileged.
Our people used to say that Nketa ba rupu oshishi. Ngwere ba rupu oshishi. Nketa gidene. When the lizard, you leave your escape route, which is the tree, then the dog will catch you. And this idiom goes to our Ephraim brothers. Look at now. Our leader is trying to save this man. What's his name now? You know, Mefo. What's his name? I don't know his name again. He has saved Ojo Zokalo. You know, Olisametu is his name. But when these guys were dining with the devil, they forgot IPOB. IPOB is that trio. Any person, any Biafran that leaves IPOB, I will say Fulani will catch him. Fulani will catch him. All these things they are doing now, they are dining with Fulani, Chief Face or whatever you call him. Many of them, they are capitulating. The Fulani dog will catch them if they leave IPOB. IPOB is their savior 24/7. IPOB is their savior. Once you leave IPOB, Fulani will catch you. I'm talking to this Efulefush in Come home. 15 years you haven't visited your father's land. Is it with clear eye? All these attackers of the Kano, attackers of IPOB. If you leave IPOB, dog will catch you. Fulani dog will catch you. That's all I have to say. May the Lord be with our leader, our excellent leader, our handsome leader, our leader, Ozurukeme. Nnamdi Kanu Zurukeme, Ozurukeme, Ucheme Fozurukeme. Now we have people like you as well. We have people. Biafrans, we have people. And we will show them how a nation is supposed to be run. Continue your good work, my brother. You know, I always listen to you. You always encourage me. You always wake up my spirit. And not only me, I hear testimonies of other people that listen to your program. You know, may God continue to use you, grant you wisdom, because it's only by the wisdom of God that you can do what you are doing. It's not by the wisdom of man. It's not by the wisdom of man. Look at now, parables. And we were all trained by parables. We were all trained by our grandfathers, our grandmothers with parables. You know? You understand? As an ya bere olu Igbo oji epogide ya na Igbo ozi aja. You know?
Exactly.
Exactly. We were all trained by parables. You know? And as you rightly said, they might not be talking to somebody else, but they're talking to you. You know, even you know they're talking to you with parables. You know?
There is no better
so God continue to use you, my brother.
There is no better way to humble us than that parable. Whatever you are doing, they just give you a word for a season. A word for a season. It cures every sickness.
Bam.
I will encourage our elders to teach the next generation these parables. The next generation must desire
Honestly.
it, because it makes difference between a man and a man. When a man who knows parables speaks,
Oh yes,
he speaks authoritatively. When a man who don't know parables speak, he blambles. My people will say, "Oh, can we die? Okay, we die." Hello, but of course, if you don't know, you don't know. Thank you very much, my brother.
You don't know. I speak to my children in parables. I speak to them all in parables, and I explain to them what that parable means, because that is how I was brought up. That's how I was trained, in parables. So God bless you, and God continue to use you for this purpose. Biafra is here, and there's one wanna pay. Jesus now. On Wednesday, there's nothing holding this room as I speak to you. This is what I wanna. God bless you, my brother. Keep up the good job.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
No retreat, no surrender. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes. Omaba.
Go ahead, please. Well, who much you could weigh in your car?
You make corner down then. Still goes in Maggie.
He said,
Personally, we're so question what about the Conda Boku. Question what Obalano Dive.
Then you will explain for our listeners so they will understand. Of course, I expect every Biafran language to come up and tell us. Yes.
If fire burns small picking for hand, it go only with shadow.
When fire burns small picking for hand, it go run live in shadow. Of course, if you understand what they are telling you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another pattern of the same parable.
Yeah,
at least. Thank you. Exactly.
Thank
you very much. Yeah. No. Yes, call on WhatsApp. Are you still there? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Hello, good evening, Master Onyibe.
Good evening from
Good
here.
evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, yeah. My name is Chika Johnson, calling from Togo.
Go ahead, my brother.
I want to thank my able leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu. And also you and every principal officers, all the whole freedom fighters. May God bless you all. So I'm very much happy to get you this evening. What I want to give my own parable concerning what you are teaching us this evening. Because we Biafrans, we always speak in parable. My parable goes like this. There is nothing I have seen. With the eye will rush blood. The second one, what I if child know how to cry, no matter how the child used to cry, they will still carry coffin and pass through him. That is my own parable this night. So I'm very much happy, George Onyibe. Keep it on, keeping on. According to my deputy leader, Ucho Mofo. May God bless you all.
Thank you very
sir.
much. We must
God bless you.
Thank you. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, Ife. Are you still there?
Yes, Mazi. Good evening, sir.
Yes, so give us your Luriogun parable. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world, fellow IPOB members all over the world, our supreme leader, our able deputy, And every Biafran say they work tirelessly to make sure say we restore a place where we go call a home. So Mazi, na two parable now I want make this evening. One na ameje lu ko oyada go ko. I don't know big go ko na. It means say if the water never enter canoe, now you dey protect the canoe well so that make water not enter, because if the water enter, it go sink. The second one means say na ikenekperere jofa. It means say if you put that red sand, ikenekpe na red sand, where would they dig for inside borrow pit? If you fall for inside water, you go to swim, they go down, you go they melt. These two parable goes to Biafrans. As all of us day every day with the chat on for radio. So leave one Nigeria alone. Stop sabotaging Biafra struggle. Stop to do what you they do. Even if it be say you can miss blood, then you put freedom first. Leave all those things where you they do, because this thing where they go on so it go affect every one of us. Because our brothers and sisters are there for prison today. Today now we they see for social media where one friend for whether for they want for judge the case. You feel say the thing where they affect Onyibe today, where they affect every Biafra today, because you not politician, because you not House of Rep, because you not House of Representative, it not go touch you. I made that local oya that go adana be go kona. Why murobo waro bobi IPOB Biafra struggle. If Biafra struggle we can say sirarare okay na navana. Wada kero radio Biafra koke. I owowo imagine George Onyibe 8 o'clock yo nwere yo owowo. Wada kero oko wanyawo na da kero gossip na say jo social media na. Wada nya kero wada leni back to your root is very important. Also don't work we just be now one misbehave you borrow you bo omu back to your root or guide you wa. Orene okawo bokte enwo wa kujo bi se na ni je 1 year as a whole new, because no place like home. Although now you were ever na. Orene we your kemi Biafra. He said thank you very much man George Onyibe for the wonderful.
I don't know you are old school like this so. Thank you very much. I be no know you just they confirm am now. If you tell us say now when water never enter canoe, now they know the border to pack am out. If water don't enter canoe, that means say sansan don't pass gari or water don't pass gari. Biafrans for the condition we will find ourselves, make una no let water to pass gari because wahala go dey. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, my name is Chumandu BC. I am from Atami. George Onyibe, I thank you. Are you with me, sir?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
All right. I am thank you for your work, and I have parable to illustrate what is going on in school. One parable says, Okokon PK and Can you hear me, sir?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Okokon PK and this parable is saying that the force who is there here in the school. And I am here, sir.
Go ahead. Think something is wrong with that line. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line.
Hello, good evening, Mazi Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
It's Madam Charity. I'm calling from Iguacha.
Good evening from here.
I thank you so much. In fact, your words, your education, your teaching has elevated a lot of us. You have made us our ages. If we don't even want to grow again, we want to be listening to you every second. Your teaching is wonderful. Your teaching is wonderful. May God Almighty continue to guide and protect you. Our leader finished work yesterday. We listened to him. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. Just as he said that we should go back to our roots. We accept to teach our children, teach those who are coming behind us, our tradition. I remember those days when my grandfather was alive. He doesn't talk with us mouth. He used his eyes to communicate. If you use mouth to talk to you, use his or that thing they used to hold in their hand, I have many mouths, to flog you. We tell you that when they talk to you and they use mouth to translate, then the money they use to marry your mother is in waste. So let me just give my own adage. In my place in our mama, there's an adage which I ought we used to say. Ndị mmadụ ji eficha mmiri ịkpa akpani iji ego na ezo kpọ ya nkịrịka akpa ndị agbata obi ji eficha ala. That means that like you are doing this work for us now, there are people there who are gathering everywhere, vandalizing you, saying all sorts of manners of things. It is because of what they are saying. That is what is giving the zoological republic those idiots, those people to be talking to you people and our leaders. So because we don't know what you have, we don't know the value of what you have. That is why they are talking the way they are talking. So imagine, oh my God, continue your good work. God Almighty comes to protect and protect your family.
God is faithful.
Thank you for picking my call.
Thank you very much, Ada. We must continue.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Igirigi, are you still there?
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
My own media director. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Hit us your own
part. My name is Mazi Oge Friday Igiri. I'm calling from Abakaliki province, Ebonyi State, Biafra land. I want to say good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to fellow Biafrans wherever you are, all over the world. We appreciate you so much for this wonderful teachings every night, every morning. Appreciate your doggedness, and Itikwabia continue to bless you. Ndị Igbo sị na onye na-aga abịa ike adịghị agwa until he ruo ebe ọ na-aga. So one who is going home doesn't get tired until he reach where he's going. Unfortunately, some of our people are getting tired when we have not reached our destination. Ilu bụ mmanụ ndị Igbo ji eri okwu. You know, it is an oil that Igbos used to eat words. We have learned a lot from parable because we were brought up with it. And when you look around, just like what you have tried to analyze, almost all that we do as a people, as a race, is centered on parable. One who do not ignore parable, of course, doesn't make much mistakes about the issue of life, because a word or a sentence of parable will give you meanings. And here at least it is said that one who asks questions doesn't drink from the river or from the side of the river where they take where they bath. So he was saying unfortunately, some of our people, not only that they ignore our history, but they do not ask questions about necessary things, about the issue of life. That is why you see many of our people continue to repeat mistakes of the old ages. So it is quite unfortunate, but then we urge our people to always ask questions about the issue of life, even about what is happening, because it will help you not to go astray. And it is also said that one who did not know where the rain started beating him will definitely not know where it stopped. So these are the things that we should also be looking at, because it's only a fool that will not know all those things. And we say that just like these people who are everywhere, trying to disrupt the activities of IPOB. These are people who are misguided, those who are trying to destroy Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, and hardcore members of IPOB. They will not, because Christian they are real. So no matter what they do, you cannot climb the paper tree. You only run around it. And again, he said that if you kill a man of the valor on the day of battle, you have to look for him. So what we are saying is that IPOB must continue the struggle of Biafran restoration.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very
much. On the day of reckoning, then our choice and go mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. We must continue. Let me tell us something about parable. Parable does not teach just immediately. It is a continuous present tense assessment. When you talk about parable, it does not just end with the person who is receiving those words immediately. It goes on teaching you even in other days where that word is not supposed to be applicable. I don't know if you understand. If you remember parable, you can remember solution in different situation and circumstance. It goes beyond just the immediate issue that made that very parable to be delivered. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Hello.
Yes, good evening from here. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes.
My name Kajetan Chukwu Emeruchi Ilohachi. I'm calling you from Togo.
Go ahead.
So, I thank you for all the work you are doing for Biafrans. I'm very, very glad and happy. I appreciate you for your work. So, my parable tonight is our own people say in our dialect, Igbo people say that. Hello?
Go ahead, and there is so much noise from your background. Go ahead.
Okay. So then, my own parable here is that my own parable tonight is unfuchata ụzọ no unfuchata.
That line seems to be very troublesome. Try and call back. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. That should be Jane from Ebonyi State.
Of course, yes.
Go ahead. Give us your own
thank
parable.
you, sir. It's what I want to give you now. I have plenty of them that I will just say either 2 or 3. The first one in my dialect is Okuda Ibeadi Konyuranyu. Then the second one says Alamacharogu Aguku. So let me explain these 2 first. You know, when after cooking now, we find out that there is reddish charcoal in the place of fire. So after some time, that charcoal will be covered with white ash. So in that time that the ash covers it up, you will think that fire has gone. If you mistakenly go and match that place, your leg will be burnt off. What does that mean? It refers to this our struggle of a thing we are talking about. Because there are many people that think that when somebody is keeping and that person didn't know what the person is saying, or he didn't know what he will say when things jungle matures. But they didn't know that he's a wise person that at times will keep quiet and observe things and allow people that are jumping up and down to jump finish before when jungle matures, we will now know the master of the jungle. In the other one that I said, in my dialect, they say that there is no way as you know something rich, at times pretend as if you don't know something. So that's why it has to run about my group. And when you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, you can count to 6. Then we think that you didn't know that you did not count to 5. They will not know that actually you know you did not count to 5. It's just for a purpose and for a reason. Another one is meaning that all the lizards uses their belly to crop. You will not know which one is having stomach ache. But at the end, all those saboteurs, everybody is playing holy, 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 holy. Hey, Shalom, we are formidable. Everybody is formidable. Everybody is holy. Shalom, we are formidable. We are hardcore. But at the end, we will know who is hardcore. So all these things are the parables. I know if I'm to start recounting it now, it will continue to be going. But let me just use this way because everybody has recorded, all of us are freedom fighters. Everybody is fighting. You may be fighting front, some are fighting backwards, some are fighting sideways, some are fighting themselves, and then some are fighting those that are still fighting. So all of us are formidable. We are hardcore. So stomach ache. So all these things are the things that we have learned from our forefathers. Thank you for picking my call, the Lion of Biafra.
Thank you very much.
I remain here.
God is faithful.
Thank you, sir.
God is faithful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, what's up? Are you still there?
Yes. Mazi George Onyibe, thank you very much. Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
I'm happy to hear from you. My name is Michael Carlo. I'm from Aruchukwu local government in Abia State in Biafra land. And I'm calling from Ivory Coast. Mazi Onyibe, I'm very, very happy. I don't know. Every time that you speak, I always shed tears. The wisdom that God gave to you, it is marvelous. In fact, I have become a new man since I began to listen to you. Since I began to listen to Radio Biafra, listen to you, Mazi Nnamdi Kalu, everybody. I appreciate all of you. You people are wonderful. You people are gift from God. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm so happy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. God is faithful on our way to Biafra land. There is nothing we can do. Are you there? Caller on the line. Caller on the line.
Yes. Yes.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
May God bless you. I enjoy all your programs, so God continue to bless and strengthen you. I want to also thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kalu, for all he has been doing. It's not easy, but the Lord will continue to strengthen him until we see Biafra. My own contribution this night is in my dialect. We used to say, which means if we join our efforts together, we must achieve Biafra. And Biafra is, as you normally say, is whiter than white, whiter than white. Everything about Biafra is true. And the Ndeba in our say, after white, I don't have a touch. If you see aqua white, you have with a touch. If you want aqua white, you more white. Makanesi okwu anaghị agbagha ya agbagha. Ihe niile nọ na about Biafra wee eziokwu. So, and I am very, very grateful, and I believe that Chukwu Okike Abịama will continue to strengthen us and keep us until we achieve this Biafra. For our children, they will no more suffer. Because for all of us, we have seen suffering. But all we are trying to do now is that our own children will not see that suffering. The Lord will continue to strengthen you. Of a truth, I don't know. When you are talking, it will be as if you will But you're just a young man. It's all great. As Onyibe, the Lord will continue to strengthen you. For all the saboteurs,
the circle where we come from, we don't back down.
We are not going back.
Where we come from, we don't back down.
No way. We can never back out. Hey, I'm so happy to get you this evening, man. May God continue to strengthen you and our leader. The people of Kikadiama continue to keep all of us until we achieve this Biafra. I'm so glad that Biafra is coming in my own time, because my dad waited for this Biafra to come, but Biafra did not come until he passed out. I believe that people of Kikadiama will continue to strengthen us until we see this Biafra. He say.
Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
I still remember it was bright. Calling from Iguata. I am a coordinator in Unity 1, in Zone 20. Onyibe, you, in fact, Elohim gives you extraordinary wisdom. The wisdom that the Most High gives you is exceptional. I thank you for the good work that you're doing to make sure that we actually go back to our origin. Your topic this night is very marvelous concerning the parable that our forefathers used to communicate with our people then during their own period. But because of the way things is going on this time around, it seems as if to say that all those things is being forgotten. But thank Most High to bring you people back in order to convey this message back to us again. I have some of the parable to initiate to our people this evening. And one of the parables is this. The illustration simply means when they carry the cause of another man's child, it will look like a bunch of firewood. The second one is this. A cow that God gives away fly to the tailless cow. The third one is this. Abasa bromba kama jidelu, that will rescue from now till thy kingdom come is not what they can, but who throw each other for grant. So these are the three parables that I have in this. I have to our people this evening. Thank you. Keep on keeping on. According to our deputy leader Mazu Chemefo, the zoo has fallen already.
Of course, who is about it. Thank you very much. Our people must understand the usage of parable does not just end with the person it's directed to. It continues communicating to us as much as we search for them. Each time I find myself in a very difficult situation, a try moment, a challenging period, I just go back to parables. I begin to recite parables, idioms, all of them in my heart of heart. You see, each of them are bowels of wisdom. I can assure you that. It's something you don't need to miss as a Biafran. When 20 Biafran men stand, only those who understand parable will stand to the end. No matter the situation and circumstance, once a word of parable is given, you understand what it means, a word of wisdom. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Onyibe. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mazi Kechuku Okonkwo, vibrating from the city of Amsterdam. Onyibe, I just want to thank you for the great job that you're doing, and also want to thank God for the day you were born, and greetings to all your family, your wife, and everyone that is around you. And I want to let you know that you are a man. I just want to say a man is not about the size of the things that we carry, but a man is someone who knows how to put his thoughts into words. That is a man. And I just want to thank you for everything that you have been doing. Thank you, Mazen Nandekana. I've been praying for you on my platforms. And concerning, I want to use your platform to tell people that there are some certain people that we should ignore to mention their name. Those people are not relevant to the pursuit of Biafra. We do not want to answer or review their names because they are not important. I am not that much on the Proverbs or on the Ilu, let me say it like that. But I want to talk on figurative. You know, when Jesus was here, the reason why he used the word figuratives, which is also a prototype of Ilu or the Proverbs, Jesus uses a figurative in order to explain something for us, like our elders are doing. And this is what I learned tonight from your platform. You use the figurative because, you know, when you want to tell a child a car, you don't write CAR for a child. You have to draw it for a child to understand what you are doing. And I want to thank you tonight for doing the same thing on the proverb so that we can be able to understand where we are heading to. Moreover, Onyibe, I just want to thank you, and also want to thank you that what is on your head is not the finger of God. It is the mighty hand of God. What came to Egypt was the finger of God, but what is on your head and the head of everyone that is agitating and carrying us along to actualize Biafra is the most high hand of Elohim. And I want to prophesy also to everyone that is on the platform of Onyibe. My name is Mazi Kechuku. I want to tell us, like I used to say, that Biafrans, we shall never sing the lost song in a strange land, which is a zoo. Onyibe, thank you and God bless you for the good work you're doing. May Almighty Chukwuka bless you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on the line. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Yes, Anamanehineku. Go ahead.
About Biafra.
There is so much noise on your background. So much noise. There is noise on your background. Serious noise. Try and call back, please. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Mazi Judge Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
Yeah. Yeah, Homa Judge Onyibe. Thank you for your good work.
God is faithful.
Yeah, may God
go ahead,
please. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafras all over the world, lovers of freedom. My name is Chukwemeka from Igbodo. Igbodo is a car, Agbo Biafra land. Mazi Onyibe, I thank our supreme leader, Mazi Nandekanu, and his deputy, and you too, Judge Onyibe, you are doing a great work. May Chukwu Kikabiama bless you all in the name of Chukwu Kikabiama. Mazi, I have one parable I have to give. Our people, independent sinini Omambolo, Manyangu. It simply means that no matter anything that our enemy saboteur do against Biafra, they will never bring Biafra down because Biafra is licensed son. So this is my contribution, Mazi Judge Onyibe. Thank you. I don't have so much.
Thank you very much. No matter how you know how to stone, you cannot stone the sun. No matter how you know how to throw stone, you can never throw the sun. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Oh, good evening, sir. Mazi Onyibe.
Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I'm so happy to get you this night because it has taken long that I've been trying this line. So please, I'm so happy for all of you, from the director, Mazi, and Oporankune John and Kembongkenda Biafra. Are you getting me?
Yes, the word is listening. Go ahead. The word is listening.
So I always call my director Onyinizu Nkembo. That is
strength that I give him. And I know he's going to live long, including all of you. So please, sir, according to your teachings this evening, I want to give some proverbs or parables. The first one says that the second one says onye si na imatala ya zonoko. The third one says ụja anaghị atụ agbara ya na-aga n'abalị. And my name remains Mrs. Kate Odom. I'm calling you from Obibo, Hong Kong precisely. Thank you, sir, and may the good Lord be your strength till we get the promised land. For I pray, name of people. Thank you very much, and God bless us.
We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp.
Hail Biafra.
Biafra, we hail thee. Good evening from here.
I'm thanking you. May the Almighty God bless you. Bless our every leader, Mazen Nandekano. Bless our Mazen Uchemofo. Bless everybody that is fighting for the restoration of Biafra. My name is Victor. I'm calling all the way from Brazil. Mazuka I have a parable to make says means preaching for peace. It doesn't mean we cannot go to war. And we have been preaching for peace to restore our Biafra, our holy nation, and they are threatening us with war. It doesn't mean that we cannot go to war. It doesn't mean we cannot fight. It doesn't mean we are afraid of death. We can die, we can go to war, we can do anything. We are not afraid of anything. The second parable said, it's for those Fulanis and the saboteurs. They know what it's all about. We are trying to make things in an amicable way so that everybody will live in peacefully. But the saboteurs and their leader, Fulani herdsmen, and the so-called Nigerian government don't want to understand. And the next one is that this time we don't want to know how we get the Biafra. All we need is let there be Biafra. If they want it by peace, we give it to them. If they want it by pieces, we are there for them. We are not afraid. We have preached for peace a lot. We have preached enough. We have lamented to them. We have made them to understand that we don't want anything that will shed blood. Let them live and let them allow us to live. But if they refuse, we have no choice. We have to do it in any way they want. So, I use this opportunity to say, God will always stand by your side and by the side of every person that is making sure that Biafra is being restored. May Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to guide and protect you all. In the name of Chukwu Kikabiyama, I pray. He say.
Thank you very much. Inching closer to the end of this very segment. Caller on the line, are you there? And of course, we lost that caller. That having been said, Biafrans across the globe must understand it. The more you know who you are, the more you are determined to make sure your identity is restored. Honestly, before now, before Radio Biafra, before the emergence of IPOB, before our leader came, we really don't understand what it feels to be a Biafran. And I'm sure everybody is proud now. We've not even gotten close to where we are heading to. In terms of complete emancipation, we are very proud. Everybody wants to identify with Biafra. The journey has just begun. That is how it should be. Why? Because we are telling our story. You will never understand what it means, the beauty behind parables, until you understand how it works. It could be sent to one person and then the whole community will benefit from it. It continues to renew its energy and source of inspiration. It continues to guide and to direct. It never stops. And of course, at this very moment, I will be drawing the curtain for this segment. sincere appreciation to those of you who were able to call in, and my apology to those who I cannot take your call at this moment. But do not go anywhere, because I will be signing off temporarily, but I will be back in no time. Do not go anywhere.
Biafra, Biafra, we hear you. Oh, hey, Biafra, Biafra, we hear you. Oh, hey, Biafra, Biafra, we hear you. Umbo wanru n'olum, ahambo nyechi Biafra. Obi ade mumma, na this concussion country. Cause Nigeria, created by Britain. Kebe nekum naka, kandam nekuna aba, maka bad condition. Nkana hota na this devilish country. Aga wala mafiri, na nekuna koko joko na abonshu. Ugwa yo wereze onokpori ya, noke gbara afọ, nọta bunwoke. Ayemi go okporoụzọ dị mma. Ị ga na redio ndezi na si na arụchala okporoụzọ ọka na ya enwe omu. Ị ga na newspaper ha si na 214 na ọkụ ga-enwe anyụ ruo ugbu a otu abụghị n'ezi. Nke kacha ewe mmiri bụ na anyị anaghị ewe ọkụ from month to month, mana anyị na-akwụ ụgwọ ọkụ. Mgbe ụfọdụ ọrụ mgbe ha ji eweta crazy bi ha eweta ọkụ otu ugboro ma ọ bụ ugboro abụọ. Onye na-emeghị ngwa ngwa ganye ha ego bi ha wetere ebubisie waya chiri waya lawa gaa ree ya. Ọkụ mebie ọkwa customers ga-atụ ego risie ya. Ọnwa akwụkwọ ha ebutekwa bi. Mgbe ụfọdụ ọkụ nwere ike nọ 3 months 6 months nwanye na-enwe ya ọkụ, mana aka na-akwụ ụgwọ ọkụ. Kedu nke m ga-ekwu, kedu nke m ga-ahapụ? O rughala ngwụcha ọnwa ọbụla a na-eme nzacha na mkpocha. Ndị amị apụta, ndị polisi apụta, ndị bakasị apụta, ndị ma owa apụta, ndị scout apụta. N'ụbọchị ahụ bụ ụbọchị ha na-eji ndị mmadụ akpọrọ ego. Ọrụ na ha pụtacha ebe ndị ha hụrụ. Ndị amị ejide ndị polisi ejide ndị bakasị ejide ndị ma owa, ndị man owa ejide ndị scout. Unu ahụla n'isiokwu m, unu go okwu transfọma bụ mita a ga-anagide unu aka azụ tupu bịa gwu na ihe a na-ere mgbede ka akpara. Ya na-akọwa bụ tupu abịa gwu na ego ole a na-ere transfọma maọbụ mita, unu aga akwụfa 1 naira ma oge moto ego ebulata ya ma ndị ga-erestọ ya. Nke na-ewute m karịa emeghe ebute akwụkwọ si ha dee ma sain ya na ha kwụ ya 1 naira. Sofia kwa Zun country, who is fooling who? Emeka for Anko, ndị one Nigeria, no school, no hospital, no security, hunger everywhere, hunger, injustice, bad road attacks, uche ebe niile, atụọ n'ime ụlọ, atụọ n'ezi, tụọ na keke, tụọ na moto, tụọ na truck, tụọ na bicycle, tụọ na wheelbarrow, tụọ na ya, inventing of IPOP houses and shooting to death by Zun security agents. Ụtụ dị n'ime ya karịrị 20, mana enweghị m ohere ịbịa ịkpọchiwa ya ofu ofu. Ugbu a n'ime ya na ndị mmadụ na-ejizi aka ha zi igwe na-enye ọkụ chiri ndị mmadụ ọkụ na-anazi ego kwa ụbọchị, ụfọdụ 500, ụfọdụ 400 as case may be. The gọọmenti were oke nke ha n'ego ahụ, ndị na-achị n'ime ya ewere oke nke ha n'ego ahụ. Tụfịa akwa Naijiria gbakwa ọkụ, anyị nwekwara Nepal na-akwụkwọ ụgwọ ọkụ akwụọ na ya akwụọ n'ahịa. Oge nke bụ na ncheta ama mma nchewa ọchị ama mma mbewa akwa mbe mbụ n'ime ahịa na ndị na-aza anyị na-eji aka ha mee ntuli aka ma họpụta ndị ga-achị n'ime ahịa. Ugbu a the gọvanọs na-ejizi aka ha họpụta ndị ga-achị n'ime ahịa dịka chairman, ma onye ahụ ọ na-ahọpụta dịka chairman ma ọ nọ n'ime ahịa ma ọ nọ n'ime ahịa ọ gbasaghị ya na ha achọghị ma na mgbe ụfọdụ na ndị ahụ ha na-ahọpụta anaghị anọ n'ime ahịa azụ ahịa. Ihe ọ dị afta bụ tupu ya otigo onye ahụ ọ dịlarị mbụ gwa ya ihe ọ ga-emere n'ime ahịa ọ gbasaghị ya wee na ojighị m anya maka na mmiri si n'isi gwarụwa. Obere na-achị Zun ama dịka Jurbino Sudan na nna ya ukwu mere ya import a na-akpọ Abakayari. N'otu aka ha lechara anya were na retire military man ma isi ndị kọstọm. Unu ahụla na ọ bụ otu mmiri na-asụ n'ite. Onye nji si na mmiri si n'isi gbarọ. Kedu bụ ụwa dị ihe a na-eme? Obodo ndị amị na-eji egbe ana tiketi n'ahịa. Unu achọrọ ime ebe nke a na-eme? Gaa na Oil Mill nke nọ n'Igwe Ọcha ụbọchị Wednesday, ebe ndị ụmụ okorobịa na-enweghị aka ọrụ bụ ndị ọlụọla, ebe ndị a na-eji bọtụ mma na obere egbe a na-akpọ pesu nke ha ji ana tiketi nke ha. Asị m ga-akọrọla mmadụ kama gaa ka i were anya gị hụ na ọ bụrụ n'uche nke m na ọ bụrụ na asị m kwuo na m ga-asị na onye gezila akụkọ ụwa na ndị na-achị anaghị agwa ya eziokwu, bido na redio ha ruo na newspaper ha ruo na telivishọn ha ruo na Facebook ha, na ndị na-achị anyị anaghị agwa ya eziokwu, ha na-ekwu anyị oru ma ndị na-achị Zun ma igwe nzipụ ozi ha na onye ọbụla si na-ekwugbuola onwe na onye a emegbuola onwe ya na ha gwabeghị ndị a na-achị eziokwu ihe mere na steeti ebe ndị a na-achị bi ka ọ fọdụzie ịgwa ndị a na-achị eziokwu ihe mere na Abuja ma ọ bụ na mba ọzọ. Ngwa obodo agụrụ na-agụ n'ime ya ndị nọ n'ime ebe ego iji zuru ihe rie ka ike na-enwe na-ebu ogo na-ele. Obodo ndị nwụrụ anwụ na-aga ije a na-ajụ ofu onye ndị sachizu kọnti na srọk ihe mere na Buhari a na-anụzi asụsụ ibe ha kemgbe ọ rịachara ọrịa. Onye azaghachi ya sị na dọkịta gbubiri akwara nke gara ya na ntị na onye mere nọ na-anụzi asụsụ ibe ya. Ajụkwa ya ọzọ na mgbe Buhari na-arịabeghị ọrịa na Buhari Awama ka Saraki ogologo ọfụma kemgbe ọ rachara ọrịa lọta na Saraki kazi Buhari ogologo ọfụma ya ọzaghachi ya si na dọkịta Buhari gwara Buhari si na ya eyisila shi dị elu maọbụ shi were hie akwa ndị mmadụ ka a na-akọdịrị ihe ndị a ka ọ bụ ewu akwa nke ugbu a sị na nwa dọka ekwuola ọsọ na onye egbukwala mmụọ na ama m na onye kwu eziokwu achụgharịwa ya ndị oji ọbara akwụ aka na-ahụkwa ya dịka mmiri ọṅụṅụ na mmechi na-eji m ohere a na mụọ bụ Onyechi nwa Biafra ji aha ezinụlọ anyị nakwa ndị family unit m nke a na-akpọ Truth is Life Ozomba Aba na-akasi ndị IPOB niile obi karịsịa ezinụlọ awa dependable leader Ọhamadike ụtalị ndị Biafra pịawara ndị Zulu na Britain azụ 1 atakata ele anụ kpọrọ nkụ na-eju ọnụ nke izizi otu onye na-asị nnọọ bụ Prince Nnamdi Israel Ukwu Kanu na ekpere mbụ ka Chukwu okike abịama kasie ya na ndị ezinụlọ ya obi ụmụ Biafra ndị oji obi ha niile na-achụso maka nwere onwe nke Biafra na nkwa mba ụwa bụ ndị nwere onwe na-adị mma bụ ndị naanị ihe m na-ekwu n'asụsụ Igbo unu ewela iwe na mgbe ọzọ na m ga-atepịa ya n'asụsụ Bekee ka emesịanụ na ọkụkọ alakpughị ọra n'afọ juru ya kama na ọ bụ na chi ejiela ka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie unu ise 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 ise.
White to the white, to the white.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to. You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.